Alright guys, what's up? Chris here from CTJ St. Leeds with Jared as well. And we see got a little bit of a new setup here. We actually figured out how to get both of us on the screen at the same time, which makes it a little bit easier so it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself the whole time, right?
Well, I mean, for a lot of people, this is the first time they've actually seen my face.
It's true. Yeah.
My Facebook account has nothing on it. So, yeah. Hey.
So, today we're on episode 5 of the Just Saiyan podcast. And today, we're going to go over a few different things. A topic we're going to talk about before the show. We just kind of decided to bring it on here, which is the Dalen Mack 1K tournament that's going on this Saturday. Yeah. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna end up going over the new yellow and black cards, which I haven't seen too many of them. I didn't really look today or yesterday, so some of these may be new to me. And then we'll close it out by kind of talking about the set 10 format and how the championship stuff went, as well as some tips for some local for stores that have a good local scene and how to kind of grow their local scene. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you guys hit the bell for all notifications. You guys get notice whenever we make a new video. And there are a lot, so make sure you do that. So we'll go over the Dalen Mack tournament, the 1K. I'm gonna see if I can find it here. What was it posted on Facebook?
I don't know. I think maybe he posted something about it in the Dragon Ball group, whatever. But yeah, I don't think there's been too many things going on about it. It's been kind of under the radar. So if you didn't know there was an event coming up this weekend for select bunch of people. It was invite only, sponsored by Dalen Mack, which is great. I mean, I think after his Vegas experience, I think he's going to be a big tournament organizer from this point forward, whether he knows it or not. He definitely does a lot for the community. But I do think that this event being invite only is a mistake.
Okay. Okay. So why do you think it's a mistake? Because I think we have kind of some conflicting opinions on it, but that's good.
No, it's fine. So in my opinion, I think it's a mistake because right now we have only online events going on, and for that reason, with this being an online event, there's no reason they should be invite only. I understand if you want to get the community involved and get more viewers, but the community doesn't want to just watch. They want to play. They want to take part in and participate. And the fact that this is a closed off tournament I mean, it's known people that are playing in it, like people that are positive influences in the community. But with that being said, I don't think that it should have a prize support then. Like, if you're going to limit it to certain people, making it kind of like just a secluded friend group tournament, make it for fun. Like, why do you have to put a prize on it and exclude everybody else?
Right. Yeah. I think I'm a little indifferent about it because I do agree. I don't think there should be a prizing. I think there should be maybe some sort of the prizing should go to charity or something. Like, I don't like
make a trophy or something cool like that that's memorable. Like, why does money have to be involved? Okay, don't get me wrong. I love money prize support. I hope that we get it in the future. But as for a secluded tournament, I don't think it's needed.
Yeah, I think it's...
Why publicize an event that you're limiting who's actually able to participate?
Yeah. Yeah, I do think the one good thing about it, though, that can come out of it is if this ends up doing well when it comes to viewers and people participating and everything, I think this may allow Dalen to maybe have more online tournaments where then he can open it up and maybe he gets direct support from Bandai, and then now he can actually host more tournaments. As you said, he's going to become a face in this community now, whether he likes it or not, because of just him doing everything that he's done so far. He was supposed to have a tournament in Orlando, I think. It's supposed to be called the Cell Games or something in September. But since COVID happened, this was a few months ago, I obviously that got canceled. So it's I think he's going to end up doing a lot of things for the community. I think this is a good start. I don't like the fact that there is prizing, though. I do agree. I think it's bad. It's really bad.
I don't know. If it was an open event, there's plenty of ways to do an open event to involve prizing like this.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe, yeah, if this was just a test run, because I don't know, I haven't talked to the guy. If this is just a test run and he's trying to see how to like run an online event properly, we don't really know how to do it, but like there has to be some way to do it, and this is a good test run, I guess, for learning how you're going to judge the matches, how you're going to keep track of all the games. But then if you do widen it out to the rest of the player base, you know, you're going to have tons of people in there, and that's going to be a lot harder to keep track than just your friends or just your select group.
Yeah, I think the big test will be if he has the second one of these and it's the same 32 people. Or
yeah, no, but that brings up a good topic though, so I got something to jump into after that. So keep going.
So if they have a second, if he has a second tournament and it's just the same people, or it's like a majority of the same people, then I think the community's gonna be really pissed, because I think how he should do it, and this is just me, I think he should do because he could potentially work with Bandai to host the Universe Survival World Tournament or something. So basically what it would be is it'd be a bunch of open events that are online only or whatever, and you get placement points depending on where you place in each one of those tournaments, and then you get invited into the Worlds thing. If they did that, this first event won't count, but then like if we have the next two of these events that Dalen does, and then they're all just the same 32 people, and it's like, okay, this isn't fair to anybody else, especially if there's like money prizing involved. That's just not cool.
Right. I mean, I don't think it'd be a problem if he didn't try to publicize it. I did say at the beginning of the video here that it is kind of under the radar, and if you didn't see posts about it, you really don't know about it.
Yeah.
But if they're trying to get viewers and they're gonna make it a big deal, you know, it's not good.
I now in other, I don't know how much you follow like esports stuff. They do invitationals a lot for events to get people to watch. They'll do like Call of Duty does it with like Warzone. They'll have the streamer invitational, so they'll have pro players and streamers playing on teams to get people to watch. Like that's like, if that's what this is, that's cool. But in those tournaments, I do think some of them have prizing, but I think a lot of it is just some
name out there.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But the difference between esports and Dragon Ball is that Dragon Ball has players, not watchers. Like, it's a player base for a reason, not a watching base. That's
very true. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
I mean, that is just my thought process on it. But just to move on to the next subject, if you guys didn't catch it, Dragon Ball Super Card Game on their Facebook posted a tournament online information sheet to fill out for upcoming tournaments, where everyone was going to register for it.
Yes.
I know I posted in our group Discord for people to go sign up in case they wanted to do any tournaments. Dragon Ball claimed that, or Bandai, I guess, claimed that you're not guaranteed a spot in any events, which I think is really awesome if they're able to delegate who plays in what events. But the same thing kind of gets implied where, you know, in my head, as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, if I see any of the same people in more than one event, and like I didn't get in any or something like that, maybe it's not personal, but like, why did Bandai pick certain people, especially if they end up picking well-known people? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen. But in my opinion, we have enough players where if they're gonna cap each event like they did with the other ones at 62 people or something like that, then there's no reason that we should have anybody in multiple tournaments. Yeah,
did they say what the cutoff point was? 64 players?
No, that's why I just doing number out there.
So if they end up coming up with a cap, and let's say they're like, okay, we have blank amount of people, so then we have enough to fit 32 people in each one of these tournaments, and then like there's like 4 spots left over, then it could be like, hey, if you played in this, like, then you can figure out something where it's like, okay, maybe we'll like 3 or 4 people will get into the second tournament because that's the spots that are left, or just something like that. That's fine. But I think everyone should have a chance to at least get in one of those tournaments, and then it's obviously up to you, the player, to show up and make sure you have time off so you can play in this. Because then, if you can't, and then you're like, oh well, I'm gonna contact Bandai to get rescheduled in another tournament. That's not their fault. That's on you, basically.
No, I get that completely. I just think that there's plenty of players that want to participate that probably filled out that form, that there should be no reason to double up on any tournament with any player.
Agreed.
I don't know the numbers. It's just like if that happens, then I'm gonna be a little suspicious.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out whenever that happens, right? So I guess we'll go into the important stuff, which is the new cards that we got.
That's all that matters.
So I know you can't really see my screen right now.
I mean, I got the cards on my screen, so we're good.
Okay, I'm starting with the vanilla Gohan.
Oh, all right, that was on garlic. Okay.
All right, so we have One Drop Sun Gohan. It looks like they're creating like a new skillless leader, which I think is kind of cool. But this time it's gonna be focused on mainly yellow cards.
Which is great, because I think most skillless is focused on red right now.
Yeah.
It feels that way. It'd be a cool little secondary archetype with being able to play a bunch of yellow goodness.
Yeah. Got a Piccolo, a Bad Omen. It's a 1-drop. When I just see a Bad Omen, like, I'm instantly comparing this card to Android 21. I'm like, oh, this card's trash. It's like, because it's the only 2 cards I think that have this name. But it's Piccolo, it's a 1-drop. You take a life, and then you draw a top 7, and you get to play 1 yellow skillless with energy cost of 1 among the top 7 that you draw and then shuffle. So this is a self-awakening card that you don't need to swing with, and it searches you a card. That's pretty good.
Oh, it's a plus 10k combo power on board, or a 10k swinger with a 5k combo if you want to use Piccolo for that. Yep, self-awakening, add a card to hand. I actually really like this card for the yellow skillless concept.
Agreed. What we got next here? We got Yamcha Demonic Transformation. So this is one of the Demon Clan cards. Has the Servant tag, which servants, they get plus 10k and can't be switched to active mode during your charge phase. So this is basically a 20k blocker for 2 energy. It's pretty nifty. Master Roshi. This is, I think, probably the best one that I've seen so far. It's a 2-drop. You play. You get to draw a card. And then he's a 20k body. And if you use the Overlord ability, which means you basically bottom deck a Servant card, and then you get to draw a card. This is a 2-drop draw 2 that's a 20k body. It's pretty cool.
Yep, this was the card that they showed off in the demonstration video for Servant and Overlord. So, yeah, I think the pose on the card arts is kind of like, but, whatever. We got Bulma next.
Yeah, Bulma.
Same exact pose, whatever.
Well, if you watch the movie, it's supposed to be like this vampire sort of thing, so...
Yeah, I mean, they all have fangs.
Yeah.
Fine.
So Bulma is... so she's a 20k body. Activate main, 1 yellow, search top 5 for a 3-drop yellow unison, which I think they showed off in the trailer. I think it's a baby or something. And then, or you could search up 1 yellow Demon Clan 3 or less and add it to your hand. Now, this is once per turn. So this is a searcher that you can consistently use for 1 energy every turn. And she's a 20k body, so it's going to be kind of hard to remove her unless they use some sort of ability.
Well, so at first when I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is also an Earthling, and so is Master Roshi, and so is Yamcha. So these all support
Bulma?
Yeah, Red Bunny Bulma also.
Oh my god.
So I mean, if you remove, well, Bulma doesn't. You can't trigger it off of Bulma. But with the other 2, if your opponent removes them from the board, like just because they don't like the Servant ability or Yamcha's blocker ability, like you can trigger Bunny Bulma.
Yeah, that's funny. Does it have to be a red Earthling or just an Earthling?
I don't know. Maybe I just haven't played the card enough.
I only have 1. I can't play it.
red Earthling cards. Up, scratch that whole.
But you can play it in Bulma because they are yellow Earthling, so they do gain blocker.
They do.
So now, just if Bulma had, I think they need to make a Chi-Chi Overlord card. It makes sense. So we have Higher Dragon, which is the other part of the Garlic Saga that involves around Gohan, skillless 10k. Then we have, I think it's Gyasu? I can't remember. I haven't watched the movie. And as you can see by this artwork looks like it was made in the 90s. So, like, it's pretty bad. So he's part of the Demonic Elite Four, not to get confused with the Angelic Elite Four from Pokemon. Different whole other Elite Four here. This one is activate main. If your leader is a yellow demon clan, you discard a card from your hand. You get to add a Mako Star from your deck to your hand, which we haven't seen that card yet, I don't think.
No, yeah, I was looking for it. I have no idea what that is.
And then auto 1 yellow energy. If your leader is a yellow demon clan, when you activate Overlord, you can play this card from your hand. So this is basically be played out for 1. I don't think anyone's ever going to hard cast this for 2.
No, I think there's definitely more. I mean, 15k for 1 is good, but after reading, like, I read the card once and I looked for the Makio Star or whatever, but it makes me think of like Big Yeti Star. If that's going to be a field spell that has the same effect.
It possibly will. I wonder if it'd be cool if it, like, you can tap it and then you can use it to restand a demon clan card. Or like a servant card. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, maybe like search your deck for a servant card and play it.
Mm-hmm. Next is Tardo. It's a really weird Tardo. That's a really strange name. Art on this card is also really bad.
I mean, so is Chris, but like.
Yeah, you're right. This one has the same yellow auto effect as the first one. I'm assuming all of the Elite Four members have this, but when this one's played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it can be switched to active mode during your opponent's next turn. Okay, so it has some time magic sort of lock on it. So I do like the idea of, like, if you activate Overlord and you have multiple of these Elite Four cards in your hand, you can just tap that energy, because that once per turn, just play out 15k battle cards. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, just get extra swings in off of the card that you bottom deck just to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really cool.
What we got? Zoldo. Just super combo.
Yeah, I feel like this card's just bad unless it works with the Makio Star, like we just kind of said, but it doesn't have Overlord or Servant.
Yeah.
So if Makio Star just does something with like Elite Four, that'd be cool. But I do find it interesting that our super combos have been bumped up to 15k power. So, like, they're playable now?
Yeah, I think they're trying to make it so you can play these, for sure. It's like, hey, you want to swing at this card, and maybe you can combo with Demon Clan cards in rest mode. That'd be kind of cool as well. Who knows? Guess we'll find out tomorrow. or Friday.
If they release it.
Yeah, this is being recorded on Wednesday, guys. So when this drops tomorrow on Thursday, and there's all these new cards that come out, we haven't seen them yet. So you have Super Water of the Gods, my favorite character, Corrin. 1-drop, activate main, choose one of your battle cards with Servant, negate its skills for the turn, and switch it to active mode. So this is cool. This allows you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like, depending on the Servant cards the 3 that we have so far, I don't think it's very useful with them. If we end up getting a Servant card that has like Double Strike or Triple Strike, maybe say the green Vegeta that they came out with that they showed us.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's where this could be used a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But it does negate the skills, so it's basically just another swing.
Yeah, but if it negates its Servant skill, then it doesn't get its 10k combo anymore, right?
Right.
Yeah. So just yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I could find a spot for this card.
Yeah. All right. So we got Energy Field. This is the Demon Clan negate. You negate. You can't play copies of this card for the turn. If you have 4 or more Demon Clans, your opponent can only attack once more for the turn. So this is kind of cool. It's like a dormant unleashed for yellow Demon Clan. But pretty.
I think if Garlic takes off with being able to just run these guys on the board. I mean, they don't have unique, so you can just keep playing multiple of them out for 1 energy, the 3 guys. I think that we're gonna see a surge of board wiping decks coming out, whether it has to nag or just straight up KOs, because these guys don't have any abilities that keep them on board. There's no barrier. If energy field becomes that prevalent, where your opponent's able to just expand, really go wide in 1 turn, then yeah, this card could be really good.
That has a permanent where you can play it out for free if you have 4 or more Demon Clan cards. So I'm seeing this as becoming a thing with extra cards, being able to play them for free if you've like fulfilled some sort of requirement for it.
I think that's a good thing though. I think it gives a lot more playability to cards that otherwise may have fallen a little short.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we're going to black cards. You can start covering those.
All right, so we have a very cool Goku super combo. This can take place over the Trunks one that we currently have. That's a Sparking 5. So you can use this one or Trunks if you'd like. Both of them fulfill your Saiyan in your drop. Not too much to say about it. Then we have Ultimate Transformation Mira. When this card is played, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand and set it to their warp. Activate battle once per turn. Choose one of your black battle cards with 30k power and place it in his owner's drop area. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. So
wow.
Toa Mirror support, possibly, but it also falls in line with a lot of our Brawly stuff that we'll be talking about today.
Okay.
So comes into play, warp a card, you can use that off of the Union skill. There's another mirror that I think it's the next card actually that gets this guy out faster also. Then the activate battle, so it's not activate main, you can use it at any point. If you have a 30k battle card out, you just warp it, and if the attacking card or whatever you're choosing, you just warp it. You just get rid of it.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of versatility, and being a 30k on its own means it's just going to swing every turn, and your opponent either has to negate it or combo over if they really don't want to take a life.
Interesting. Okay.
Next card we have, the Mira. There we go. So for 3 energy, play it out. Choose 1 Toa card in your warp, place it under this card, then choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. Choose 1 Mirror card with energy cost of 6 in your deck. So our 6-drop Mirror can be played from the deck, which is really cool.
Wow. Yeah.
And played on top. So if you swung with this guy, you're 20k first. Then the Mirror coming in play would be in rest mode. So if you want a 20k body compared to a 30, that's up to you. Auto burst 3. When this card is played, draw 2 cards. So mill 3 just to draw 2. I think this card's actually really good. It doesn't have barrier or deflect.
Yeah.
So maybe a card that when you attempt to play it, your opponent may target this one on purpose, just to kind of thwart your plans a little bit. But getting the Toa from the warp is not as difficult once you guys see the Toa that we're going to be talking about. And discarding cards just to burst 3 and +1. I think that doesn't really matter. The burst 3 actually matters in the deck you're going to be playing this in.
Okay.
So next we have a black vanilla 1-drop poutine for whatever reason.
Boo.
And then, black vanilla 2-drop.
Boo.
We just gotta play these cards, right? Because they're relevant. Let's print more poutine gravy just to fill more cards in the deck, in the list, whatever.
Yeah.
We have a Shun Haru Haru Sister. Permanent during your opponent's turn. If you have a black unison card in play, this card gets +10 power and blocker.
I'm not a fan of this. I think this is... No, I like the second one. The next one. I don't like this one.
I agree. No, I don't think it's bad. For 1 energy, get a 15k blocker out?
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not as good as the second one.
Well, our unisons, we'll talk about those today too. The black unisons they came out with, they're like 5k power, and they have no defense mechanism. So I think 1 energy for Haru Haru here isn't that bad.
I mean, you're not lying. You're not lying. I'm just like, I like the second one better. I don't know.
Well, I like their artwork too. They're wearing the Xenoverse armor.
Yeah.
So that's a lot different compared to the Haru Haru and Shun we've seen in the past. It's cool. So now on the Haru Haru. During your turn, if you have a black unison card in play, this card gets +10 and double strike.
Woo, baby.
So a 15k double strike for 1 energy. You don't even have to take a life for it.
Yeah, it's great.
Pretty good. Pretty relevant. Late games when your opponent has... Maybe they're at 5 life and you just want to punch them down to 3 real quick. You know, like, they're tapped out, they're not going to defend it. You just 1 energy, here you go.
Yeah, and the fact that you don't have to take a life, because let's say you have like 4 energy up, and let's say you have like 2 of these in your hand and you haven't awakened yet, so you have that ability to untap. You can just play one of these, swing, double strike. They negate, they do something. You go, okay, play another one, double strike, and you don't have to take any life to do it, which is just great.
I think this is really good for Big X.
Yeah.
Just giving another pressure card on board for 1 energy. Crazy. So the next card we have is Psy Devilman, Exploding with Evil. Counterattack, negate the attack and play this card. So for 2 energy, negate the attack, play this card. If your leader card is a Dark Brawly card, when this card is played, place up to 2 black battle cards with 30k power from your deck in your drop area.
Okay.
Then shuffle your deck. So it seems really bad without looking at the Brawly leader. A 2-drop negate, but the whole Brawly engine revolves around having 30k power cards in your drop area, so it's actually pretty important.
Yeah, it helps fill up the drop area for all of your requirements of playing stuff out and everything.
Right. The card's not great. I want to see how the Brawly deck functions, like how quickly you can get the 30ks in your drop without having to burst too many cards that you actually want in your hand. I mean, he's at least a 15k swing after he's on board, so it's not terrible. Then we have Great Devilman, Demonic Trickster. Counterplay, again, just like the other one, for 2 energy. Play this card, and if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 2 or less, it is sent to his owner's warp instead of being played. So it's a Dark Kamehameha? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, no, Time Bullet? Or whatever, from the new set?
Yeah, that was the most relevant one that you could play with Unisons.
Yeah,
I thought there was a black extra card that did kind of the same thing.
Oh yeah, it is Black Kamehameha, yeah.
So this is for 2 energy, and you get to play it on board. So, keep your energy open, play these guys out, and fill up your drop. It's auto if your leader is Dark Brawly. When this card is played, place 2 black battle cards with 30k power in your drop. So, same thing as the other one. This is just
a counterplay.
Card. Yeah, this is just a counterplay, while the other one's a counterattack.
Okay.
Both are relative in their own way. Our next card is Dark Power Absorption. Choose 1 Dark Brawly card in your battle area, and it gains dual attack for the turn. Then you can't activate copies of this card for the turn. So that second part of the text is to prevent you from giving it dual attack, swinging once, play another one, give it dual attack, swing once, play another. Like, you could just cycle it 4 times.
This gives me PTSD playing against that Catapezla Shinron deck. It swings like.
It's a Catapezla deck, and once you go into the 6-drop, you would swing once with it, so you get one of the 2 attacks off, and then you use your Dragon Balls with Shenron leader, give it triple attack, so you get 3 more swings.
It's so dumb.
So it had 4 swings with double strike crit. This is great.
This is a cool card. I think out of the extra cards that I've seen so far, this is probably one of the better ones for this. But obviously, it only works for Dark Broly cards, so that's kind of limited. But obviously, so it'd be kind of broken if you could just give this to any black card. But
oh yeah, oh my gosh.
Like Secret Rare Demigirl, you just give it dual attack.
Yeah,
Oof.
Right, I'm gonna rip 8 cards.
Oh God. All right.
So the next card, I really like the artwork on this. Darkness Blast Stand. For 1 energy, activate Battle, so good to know your opponent. If your leader card is a Dark Brawly card, choose up to 1 of your cards. So it could be Unison, Battle, or Leader. It gets +10 power for the battle. Then you may send 2 black battle cards with 30k power from your drop area to your warp. If you do, choose up to 1 of your leader cards and gets +5 for the turn. So basically, it's a bean for Brawly, which is really awesome. You don't get to untap one, but for 1 energy, just give your leader +5 for the turn. Pretty good. The activate battle, you can't actually use it on your Unison if it's being attacked, but you can use it aggressively. So I think that's pretty awesome too. A lot of versatility there. And sending 2 black battle cards from the drop to the warp it's a condition that needs to be met in order to play the card, or to give your leader the +5. So that's part of my thought process on the engine of getting stuff in the drop. Like, how easy is that to do with this deck?
Right.
I do wish that the reverse foil on this card is going to look beautiful with the foiling that we got from set 10. But I do wish this had super rare foiling with like the lines and stuff. I think that would look really sweet. Maybe an alt art reprint.
Yeah. So basically, if you don't fulfill the drop area effect, you can still give your Broly 10k for the battle, basically. So that's kind of cool. So that's it for this list, right? We'll go to the second one, which is Garlic. So I'll start at obviously the unawakened side, because that makes more sense. So we have Garlic Jr., Overlord, Overlord, once per turn, you can use it. Place one of your battle cards with a servant skill at the bottom of your deck and draw one. Now, does this mean Overlord in general can only be used once per turn, or Overlord on that card can only be used once per turn? That's a very good thing to find out.
So, I'm gonna... I'll just, I guess, assume. That's a bad word. I assume it's gonna be used per card. Because with the Garlic engine, I don't know why they would put it on the leader if it's once per turn, and then also put it on the 5-drop Garlic.
Yeah. I know because like with Aegis, if you have 2 Aegis cards in play, when you activate Aegis, it activates both of them. So but they're both in the battle area. So this.
Right. I mean, once you fulfill the requirement for one.
Yeah.
It would trigger both. Technically.
Yeah. So I'm assuming with this, it's probably. That makes it a little bit better if it is, because you can activate on your leader. Maybe if your Unison has it too, and then you can activate on your battle cards. You can essentially pop 3 servants and draw 3 for no energy. So that's pretty good. So leader draws 1 when he attacks. I like how they're doing this now. They're not making it attack leader to draw. You awaken at 4 life or less, or if you have a yellow a 3-drop yellow Unison in play, you get to restand 1, draw 1, and then you add cards to your life until you have 6. That's kind of the effect we saw with the expansion set and the Gotenks from this set, the green one. So that's the same thing. And then we have Garlic Jr., the Immortal Demon. Overlord, again, once per turn. This is cool. So this is something, if you guys don't know, you can definitely, I think you can activate this ability on this side, and then maybe activate it again on this side, maybe, because it's a different card. You swing, attack, you draw. When your opponent's card attacks, you may choose one yellow demon clan with energy cost 2 or less in your hand, play it in rest mode. If you do, negate the skill for the turn. So when one of your opponent's cards attacks, you can just play out a free card. That's pretty good, depending, especially if they have an on-play effect like the Roshi. You play out Roshi, and then you draw 2. Now, obviously, you can't restand it, so that's maybe why that Korin card is good, because you can play it out for 1 to restand a card, maybe. I don't know.
Nah, I would just overlord it, take it off the board.
True, yeah.
I mean, at that point, you're just like, value. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, drawing 2 for 0 energy.
Well, it does this Demon Clan card, so you can play out your Elite 4 board.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Then we have the Sun Gohan, the new skillless leader. So this permanent during your turn, if you have a skills battle card in play, your leader becomes a 15k on the front side. That's pretty good. When this card attacks, you draw 1, and then you can add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so you have some self-awakening built in. For life, you get to draw 2. So this is not a untap 2 or a untap 1, draw 1, so you draw 2. And then on the awakened side, you are Sun Gohan and Higher Dragon. Once per turn, you draw a card, then you get to play a 1-drop yellow skillless with energy cost of 1 from your drop area.
Fantastic.
And then activate battle once per turn when this card is in a battle. If there's a monster card in your combo, you get to draw 1. So if you combo with a monster card, you can just draw a card.
I feel like we're playing Magic now. Give me some monsters.
Is this why Thomas was talking about that dinosaur card in the Discord? I wonder.
Maybe. I'd have to go find our village dragon, or dinosaur, whatever it is.
Alright, what do we got here? So we have Son Goku Forever in Our Memories. This is a really cool I really like this Unison. Just the artwork on it alone. This would be really cool as a full art. GT's a great anime. It's canon, but that's just my opinion.
This will actually not get a full art because it's not a secret or a super rare. It's just a rare.
Well, no.
No SPR for this card.
Well, no, at least like the full art, because there is like rares and commons from set 10 that had full art.
They'll just take away the text box. I guess, yeah,
it'll still look cool.
Big old Shenlong.
Shenlong?
Yeah, Japanese name, Shenlong.
Oh yeah. Wow. Look at you being cultured. All right. So this is a 15k 3-drop specific yellow. If your leader is yellow, all your battle cards and your opponent's battle cards with originally energy cost of 5 or less have their skills negated. It's pretty good. And then all your battle cards with energy cost of 1 get 5k combo. So this alone, I think is really good. Just from the fact of obviously all your skillless 1-drops become 15ks. But then if you have awakened, like self-awakened 1-drops, those become 20k. Like that's so stupid.
So the interesting thing.
Oh wait,
about this card
its skills being negated. Never mind. Go ahead.
Is the best part about this card is that it completely overdoes all of the garlic stuff. Like as soon as you play this, they all lose their certain abilities. It's like, why would you put a whole counter card in the deck?
Yeah.
It makes. So you're definitely not using this Unison card if you're playing Garlic, and if you see this Unison hit the board, it's like, hey, I really need to get rid of that like right now.
Thankfully, you can't plus at all, so that's kind of a good thing. I think if it could plus, it'd be pretty dumb. It has a +0 active main. Play up to 2 yellow skills cards from your drop of an energy cost of 1. So it's able to feed the board with all those new skillless pan cards that you got from set 10. And then activate main. If your leader is a yellow leader, your opponent can only attack with battle cards once during their next turn. That's also really good. This is a really good rare Unison. This is really good. Oh yeah, here's the baby. I haven't seen this one yet. Baby Resolute Avenger blocker. Permanent. If you have 2 or more yellow battle cards play in rest mode, this card and your leader get 5k. It's pretty good. That's just a permanent. That's not. That's pretty good. +1 at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. That's pretty good. If your leader is yellow, choose one of your mono yellow battle cards, energy cost 5 or less, and switch it to active mode. It's also really good. I'm trying to think of 5 drops that you could do that with right now.
Garlic.
Yeah.
If you're meant to play in Garlic, yeah, you just pick Garlic and restand it. It's really cool because this is almost always a 20k when you're playing with Garlic.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, most 3-drop specific cards are 20k already. So this being 15 is kind of a letdown. Same with the Goku, that being a 15 is like, I don't know. But yeah, when you're playing the servant cards, they're always going to have their power boost buff.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's always going to be 20k anyway.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the thought process, I think. And then the +1 gives it a blocker every turn, as well as a swing. So I guess that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a downside to this card, except that you probably won't play it over Gotenks right now. I think it's just better.
Yeah, you mean Gogeta?
Whatever it is, the one you play.
Yeah, Gogeta.
I hate too many G's, man.
Hey, but it's not as good as Maki Cabra, so it's fine.
And that's why it's a 3-drop and not a 4.
All right. Oh, black leaders. It's your turn.
My turn. Here we go. So Son Goku, front side. First 3, when this card attacks, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then draw 1 card. So self-awaken if you want it, and draw a card. Bursting 3 lets you manipulate your drop area for Overwhelm, which is what this leader kind of works off of. When your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 1 card, switch up to one of your energy to active mode, then flip this card over. So draw 1, untap 1. Then we flip over to the backside with a super cool Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku. Has double strike all the time. Really great. That's actually awesome. Permanent. During your turn, this card gets +5 power for every 8 black battle cards in your warp. So as I said on the front, it works well with Overrealm because you just buff up your leader over and over and over.
Yeah.
Overrealm.
God.
You have a double striker that once you hit 8 becomes a 20k double striker. Once you hit 16 becomes a 25 double striker. This card, as the game goes on, will just get worse and worse for your opponent. So it's like, hey, stop me now, or it's going to be a lot of punishing going on.
You have that mixed with using Bobbity, or the Bibbity super combo?
Yep.
Oh, so dumb.
A lot of people saying that they need to ban the Bibbity super combo.
I think it's going to happen.
Activate main once per turn. Place up to 4 black battle cards from your warp in your drop area. Then draw 1 card. So this has a Demigraw ability also. Where it can move stuff back into your drop area to Overrealm consistently.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, I think this leader is really good. For a common, too.
Yeah.
So then we get our big boy that everybody's been waiting for. Dark Brawly and Paragus. I don't think you need to put Paragus on the card art. I think it kind of ruins it, but whatever. Activate main once per turn. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so Self-Awakening. Then look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Place up to 3 black battle cards with 30k power among them in your drop area, and place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is a significant way to make sure you're hitting 30ks and dropping them in your drop area for all of your card skills and plays that you want to be making with this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Auto, when this card attacks, draw 1 card. Pretty simple. He is a draw 2 leader once you flip him, so that could be relevant with some of the plays you may want to make with this deck, but you just have to manage your energy. On the Awakening side, activate main once per turn. Same thing as the front, except you don't take a life, and that's your draw, is placing up to 3. So you don't actually have to hit any, you can just activate main, search it, and then go ahead. Well, I guess you're not searching anything. You're just putting stuff back in your drop area.
Yeah.
I should have read the whole card text before I just said anything.
Reading cards is important. It's important.
Anyway, so put 3 back in, draw 1 card. This is going to almost always be relevant once you start getting into the game. Activate battle. Choose 1 black battle card with 30k power in your hand or battle area and place it in the drop area. This card gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. Doesn't seem very relevant, but considering that most black battle cards don't have any combo power at all, if any of them do even, this is like the only thing you can do to actually gain combo power with black battle cards.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing that it's not once per turn. It's giving your black battle cards combo power essentially.
Yeah, and you can combo them away if they're in rest mode, obviously, too. So just kind of clear off some stuff, gain some free 5k combo power.
I didn't even think about that. Swing, and then if you need to use it, just combo it.
Yeah, and like if you have... Can you activate battle more than once per turn? I mean, like, not once per turn, I'm sorry. More than once per battle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have 4 battle cards on board, you can just activate battle combo with all 4 of them and just gain 20k.
Yeah, but it has to have 30k power.
Right.
I think that's the drawback. But as you're going to see, a lot of cards in this deck that you're going to be playing have 30k power.
Gotcha.
So let's jump into the Unison Super Saiyan 4 Son Gohan.
I was...
First Super Saiyan 4 Son Gohan card.
I was right in the last video. I saw this in the box. On the box art.
All the gold circles here, that's going to be our super awesome foiling that they're going to be adding to the card. Auto, once per turn, when you activate an Overrealm skill, add a marker to this card. So this card benefits the Goku leader that we saw. It is no cost, no specified cost to play it, so you can play it out on your first turn. Overrealm after you swing, and it goes up to 2 markers. But like I said earlier in the video, the black battle cards have low power, the Unison cards. And this guy does not get any buffs, which makes him almost irrelevant. He's just a 5k that sits on the board.
No, he does.
Yeah, it's not that great. +1. Place up to 2 black battle cards from your warp in your drop area. So refill your drop area and pluses itself. -3. Add up to 2 black battle cards with powers between 20 and 30 from your warp to your hand. That's actually pretty good. Then this card gets +15 and dual attack. So when you -3, he goes up to a 20k and gets 2 swings. I think that's to compensate for not being able to swing on the turns that he doesn't minus.
Yeah.
They had to do something for him, but I think just if they made him a 10, because once your opponent awakens, the 10's kind of irrelevant. If they made him a 10 and just gave him the -3 to add 2 cards back to your hand, I think that'd be fantastic. I think this card would be way better, but right now I think it's a little subpar besides the artwork.
This card will have 3 markers at the end of your turn for 1 energy if you overwhelm, which is nice.
Yeah. No, I get that, but you also, unless you overwhelm again before you go and say, hey, I'm going to do my -3 now, he's always going to be +1, I think, until you actually need him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe your entire turn is just based around plussing this guy and just overwhelming every single turn. You don't even use your energy.
The only leader that this I feel like really works with, I guess for his -3 is Vegex, because Vegex can give a card double strike. So you can basically do it like the Gotenks, but obviously you want to play it in an overwhelm based deck, and Vegex is not an overwhelm based deck. So
it could be.
Maybe that's what they're trying to go with.
Well, I mean, I would think you still want to play Gotenks just for the mill. Maybe put 2 of these in the deck or something. I have no idea if it's even worth the deck space.
Who knows? We'll find out.
Alright, so Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Supreme Saiyan Power. I think this card's gonna look really good. If they make it an SPR, it's gonna look really sweet. Again, you can play it out for 1, no specified cost. Auto once per turn. If your leader card is black, when your opponent plays a battle card using a non-keyword skill, they choose 1 card from their hand and discard it.
Love it.
So I think that is very important that you guys study up on what non-keyword skills are. Because this card could be extremely relevant starting turn 1. Go ahead.
So people who don't know, so obviously keyword skills are the red text boxes that you see here that says overwhelm. But true or false, are negates considered, are counterplays and counterattacks considered keyword skills?
False.
Okay. So
I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So that means when someone, this is basically a counterplay. Unison. So when they decide to negate, they play topo and they drop a card, they have to now drop another card from this ability. And then if you play the 1-drop robot, now they got to drop 2 more. It's funny.
Oh, and if you played Black Mass Saiyan, oh my god.
Oh man, it's so much.
Man, no, this is just a better, not a better because they only have to drop 1 card, but Black Mass Saiyan only was limited to 15k or less on the counterplays.
Yeah.
So it didn't hit everything where this card does, but it's not as effective, I guess you could put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always on board until you swing at it because it's only got 5k. Auto, when you activate an overwhelm skill, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So you +2 right at the beginning when you play it, so it becomes 3 markers right off the bat. And then if you overwhelm, you can self-awaken.
In Demigral, since Demigral has Wormhole, you can activate this twice. So he will +4 on 1 turn.
No, so the +2 is just a one-time +2.
Oh, that's right.
When you activate overwhelm, you can.
Because it doesn't say once per turn though. That's why.
Right, but I mean, you can +2 for nothing.
Yeah.
You don't have to have an ability. You can just +2 to +2. So I think that's kind of cool. -5. Activate main. Send 1 card from your opponent's life to their warp. This is the very first time that we've had specified black cost on a card.
I think there's a good reason why.
The ability might be good.
Yeah.
Who knows? But they don't get the life. You warp it, and I think that's pretty relevant. I think this could be a lot better being played with the Big X engine, where we're actually overwhelming cards. And you said Big X doesn't overwhelm, but if you're playing with the Trunks and the Vegeta, you're going to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of relevant. When you get up to 4, you can just activate this, pop it, and then play out another one if you really need to. So I think that's a good self-awakener. But if your opponent doesn't attack it, you're going to be up to 5 on turn 2.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
And the fact that Unisons only lose 1 marker after being KO'd. I think this guy's almost as bad as Zeno, where he's going to be on the board unless you commit everything to taking him out.
Black relevant again? Question mark?
I don't know. It's definitely a relevant card. So we have a 3rd Black Unison, Super Saiyan Brawly. Permanent, when this card has 2 or fewer markers on it, it can't swing. So he is a 1-drop, potentially 15k body on board that cannot attack until he has 3 markers. Kinda dumb, but
Yeah.
I don't think your opponent's going to be swinging at it right when it hits the board anyway. Activate main +1. Place up to 2 black battle cards with 30k power from your warp in your drop area, so it helps cycle out the Dark Brawly engine. And activate main for 4. Place up to 8 black battle cards with 30k power from your warp in your drop area. Then if your leader card is Dark Brawly, it gets 15k power. So it doesn't power up this Brawly, it powers up your leader card. And leader cards are a little harder to counter.
Yeah.
They can't be popped. They can't be negged. They can't lose markers to reduce their power level back to base. So I think that's a little relevant, and it also cycles more cards for the Brawly leader.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying getting hit with a base 30k Dark Broly card. That's not including his activate main being able to add 5k and then adding a Bobbity super combo or something, or Bibity super combo. That's just a lot.
And a nice double strike chomp on top of it for 1 energy. Yeah.
That hurts. It hurts. All right. So now we have the third batch of cards here. So we have Sun Gohan and Higher Dragon flying high. This is a 6-drop with 3 specific yellow energy. 25k unique dual attack. 2 different permanents here. So one, this card would be removed from the battle area. It is sent to the owner's warp instead. It's a very interesting effect. The second one, all of your yellow skillless battle cards with energy cost of 1 gain 5k. So if you have this and your 3-drop Goku Unison on board, your 1-drop skillless become 20k. It's pretty nuts. Activate main for 1 yellow if you have 3 or more energy and you choose 2 of your yellow skills card with energy cost of 1, place them in the drop area, play this card from your hand. So you can play this card out for 1 energy on turn 3 and by basically pitching 2 of your skills cards. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. 25k dual attack. That just pluses all of your skills cards by 5. So
I feel like it has dual attack because you don't want it to be swung at. So
yeah.
Like once you restand it, you kind of just want to leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
But to play it out on turn 3, I don't see this as a turn 3 play. Turn 3, I think you want to get the Unison out. If you're focusing on the yellow skillless concept, you want to get out the Goku and Shenron Unison. That way you get plus on all your stuff. And then maybe turn 4, play this out for 1 energy. But maybe that's part of the reason your leader doesn't untap 2 and instead he draws 2.
Right. And I think
because you would just keep extending your plays, and I think it did a little crazy.
Also kind of interesting, we have a new special like character trait. They're called Rider. I don't think we've ever had a Rider special trait, so I don't know what that's going to be. Just some curious things.
Give Goku Rider when he's on Nimbus on all the card arts. I don't know.
He's gonna rat at everything.
Bulma riding a vehicle.
So that we have Garlic Jr., Commander of the Demon Clan. This is a 3-drop deflect indestructible. So seems like all the garlic cards are gonna have indestructible on them, because I know the bigger one does. Also,
He's immortal.
it's true. So he also has an Overlord. If your leader is a yellow demon clan, when this card is played, it activates a skill during your opponent's next turn. Your leader and unisons can't take damage from attacks of cards that have double strike or triple strike. This is so good. This is really good just for that effect alone. I know you can evolve into the bigger one after this, from this one, but like this is a really good effect. What do you think?
It prevents a lot of game enders. Because you can't remove the skill, it's on the opponent, not the cards. So, unless they play something out that like removes all in-play skills, like all skills that affect players also, this could definitely steal games away from the opponent.
Yeah.
Like if you know they're not playing stuff that quad strikes and they're going for game with double or triple, that's just fantastic.
We got Vinegar, the last member of the demonic Elite Four. This is a searcher. Searches the top 5 for a demon clan energy cost of 2, and then play it in rest mode, then shuffle. So this gives you a free Overlord effect. So you can either play this out when you use Overlord skill and then play out a second one. So then you can maybe use your Overlord skill for your leader or your garlic that you have in play, or play this out and then activate Overlord, and then, you know, there's things you can do with it, but just another demonic Elite 4 that can come out for 1 energy.
So you're missing it though. When this card lets you go wide really fast. When you're awakened and you can play a card out on your opponent's turn for free also.
Yeah.
You can play one out on your turn for 1 energy, and then on your opponent's turn play another one out, and that's 4 cards already, where you can then use the extra card and they can only attack once.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
This card has a lot of value to it.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Exceptional Ability Pan. This is the 1-drop blocker that every color gets, where if you have a that specific color unison in play, you can draw a card. So it's kind of cool to play 1, draw 1. That's a blocker. Then, so I guess I was wrong. I thought the second set of Shinrons were going to be blue. I know you were really mad about that, but it looks like they're going to be yellow. So I'm sure.
I'm still mad. This card sucks. It's terrible.
When this card attacks, choose 1 Shadow Dragon from your drop area and put it at the bottom of your deck. I think,
you don't play Shenron, my boy. Let me help
yeah,
you out.
yeah. Go ahead.
The only value you have in this card is putting the 4-drop Shenrons back into your deck so you can continue to go up the chain. That is the only value I found with this card. Now, they've given you a bigger version of the dragon, so like a more powerful version, and I'm curious to see what that is, if that's going to be like an SR or something silly like that. But this card itself is terrible.
You don't find yourself playing this at all?
Only if it has a card that EX evolves off it like Haze does, that just gives you so much value. I think right now, with what we have, Shenron is actually a really good deck, and you can still tech in like another color or more yellow cards to make it more valuable. But if you add too many dragons, I think this is one of them that might not be added unless the next step up is even better. I don't see this card being added to the deck.
I hate Shinron. Let's point that out. We'll move on here. Hate it. 1-drop. This is a 3-star. I don't think we get to see the evolved form of this, but this goes into a 2-drop. Now, I think this is the same way with the other one, right? Yeah, it is. So these don't have a specific energy cost to play them. So you play it out for 1, and then you can just activate main, put in the drop, play out that 2-drop, and now you have a 2-drop on board for 1 energy. Mm-hmm. So, and then you can use the attack to then add that ball back into the bottom of your deck. So, not sure if you would want to do that, because I know some of them can draw from the drop area and stuff, but yeah, the effect. It's weird. Oh, cool. Black cards. Your turn.
Alright. So, this is our first Dark Brawly battle card. It is unique with blocker, so it's a 30k blocker, pretty hard to get over. But once it's blocked, as we said before with the leader, you could also pop it and use it as a 5k combo piece. If your leader card is a Dark Brawly card and you send 6 battle cards, 6 black battle cards other than this card from your drop area to your warp, and we obviously know that you can cycle those cards back into your drop, play this card from your drop area for free. So it's really easy to get a 30k blocker on board that can also swing if you wanted to. When you play this card, you can't play copies of this card for the turn. No big deal. Once it hits the board, it's going to be there until your opponent removes it. And we know that there are black battle cards from other sets that, when your black battle cards are removed, you can play them for free, which is pretty good.
Just 30k. Jeez.
30k blocker, going to be removed with the skill. Then we have Paragus. And if you look at the name, it says Toa's Subordinate. So I don't know much about all the Xenoverse, Brawly, Dark Brawly stuff. But when I read this before I looked at the other cards, I was like, okay, that's interesting. I know Toa had some kind of pool in this show or whatever.
He's basically a simp for Toa.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So this card skill can't be negated in any areas. You can't play this card from any area unless your leader card is Dark Brawly. So basically, you will never use this card in any other deck. He is 1 energy, 30k. When I saw that, I was like, what? Like, how is that? Like, why does that make any sense? Permanent, this card can't attack. Once I read that, I was like, oh, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Activate main or battle. Choose this card and 1 Toa card in your battle area and switch them to rest mode. Choose one of your Dark Brawly battle cards and it gains crit for the turn. So you can take your big 6-drop 30k Brawly and give it crit if you'd like.
Wow.
Then our next card is a 1-drop 30k Toa. Card skills can't be negated, can't be played in anything other than Dark Brawly, and it cannot attack. When this card is played, add up to 1 Dark Dragon Ball card from your deck to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Activate main for a specific black, so there's that little black dot coming up again. Add up to 1 Dark Dragon Ball card from your drop area to your hand. So if you keep this card on board, and it will stay on board unless removed by a skill, you can consistently cycle the Dark Dragon Ball, and we'll see that one here at the end. Our next card is another 1-drop 30k Toa. Can't be negated, can't be played in anything other than Brawly, and can't attack. Activate main once per turn. Choose one of your black battle cards with 30k power and place it in the drop area. Add up to 1 black battle card with 30k power from your drop area to your hand.
So you can just add the same card that you drop, technically?
Yeah, in theory.
That's weird. So, like, you can swing with your 30k and then put in the drop and then add it back to your hand and play it out again. Or put in the drop.
Yeah, you can put in the drop to play it.
Oh my gosh.
From the drop.
Yeah.
I guess. But you can only do that once per turn. But who cares? You swing, you get a blocker out. Once per turn. And so yeah, you can just cycle them.
Oh, it's okay. I already found the weakness to this deck.
You mean cards that put cards from your drop back in your deck?
Play Destron Gas from the Hatchiyak deck that kills all 1-drops. Boom.
Or you just play the Vegeta Unison, and every time they play something out, they discard a card.
Yeah, whatever.
So then we have 1-drop 30k Brawly, Savage Rush. Same abilities as the other two, can't attack. So it's like, what? A Brawly card that can't attack? Lame. Activate main 1 energy. Send 3 black battle cards from your drop area to your warp. Play this card from your drop area. Doesn't seem that great, but once we get a little further in here, you'll see why that card is relevant. We have a 2-drop Rebellion Hammer with Super Saiyan 4 Bardock.
This art looks really cool.
Well, this is the only Super Saiyan 4 Bardock artwork that we have so far.
Yeah.
So unless they print another one, they kind of put him on the boxes for nothing.
I'm sure they will.
So 2-drop counterplay. If your leader card is black and you send 3 black cards from your drop to your warp, if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, is placed in the drop area instead. This is an extremely good card. And then the permanent, if you have 12 or more black cards in your warp, which with Brawly, you will have cards in your warp, or with Goku even, reduce the energy cost of this card by 1.
This is so good.
So it becomes a 1-drop counterplay for 4 or less.
Yeah. Black needed the card like this.
And then Goku, the leader, also lets you put, I think, three or four it was, back from your warp into your drop area. So this card will always be live if you play it out that way. You can set up your turns just for the counterplay.
It's wonderful.
Then we have instant transmission, 10k Kamehameha. Counterattack, negate the attack, then place up to 2 black battle cards from your warp in your drop area. So it helps you cycle a little bit. Activate main, so this card will always be live because it has activate main. Choose 2 cards in your hand and send them to your warp. Add this card from your drop area to your hand.
I don't like this card that much.
I don't think it's great. I mean, it's a negate that you can keep getting back, but I think I would rather play
Max Kamehameha?
Yeah.
It's way better.
That's just more relevant. So I don't see. I think that was it.
Yeah.
But I don't see the Dark Dragon Ball, which I thought I had seen before.
Yeah, I don't think they showed it off, or maybe they showed it off with the red stuff.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna look real quick since I'm on here. This is
I thought that it just went and it was like place this under a Brawly card or place it in the drop area and play a Dark Brawl.
Yeah, it's in the so they showed it off already. It's a 7-star Parasitic Darkness. Permanent, obviously against Dark Dragon Ball. Activate main, you can give it 5k. It's like basically like a 4-star ball. Activate main, choose 1 black Broly. Jeez, with energy cost of 1 in your battle area, place in the drop, and then place 1 Dark Broly from your deck or your drop area and play it on top of it. Or actually, it's not even playing on top of it, it's just playing it in exchange of, so it comes in active mode.
That's crazy. But just looking at this, because it's activate me once per turn. Oh, it takes an energy though. Okay. I was about to say, this is a Kid Coup. A Kid Coup engine, but you have to pay 1 energy to get the ball back every turn.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you don't mind paying the energy, like if your deck doesn't focus around using all your energy each turn, then you just sits on board and you're just gonna put 5k in your hand every turn.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Ridiculous.
So basically, you play out the 1-drop for 1. And then, no, you actually, yeah, you can play it out from your drop area. So if you burst it, that's great. Then you just play it out for 1, and then you use the parasitic ball on top of it, and then you just play out. So far, the only one we have is that 30k blocker, but I'm sure we'll have more.
Oh, I'm 100% sure there'll be a super rare.
And it doesn't. I think the problem is that it doesn't say an energy cost. So if we get like a really strong Dark Broly that's like, I don't know, just another Dark Broly, we can play it on top of it because it doesn't have any specific energy cost like the Frieza Ball or the Cell or the Boo one.
Boo.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Just want to point that out.
Do we even have time to talk about set 10? I feel like this took a little bit.
No, we'll do that in another video.
I don't think it was that relevant.
I don't think so either.
Like I think we talked about it quite a bit going into it, and then now that we've actually done it, we're just like that was an event.
Yeah, we both topped, thankfully. I think you got what, second?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. I don't know. I placed top 8, so I don't care. I got my card, and I got my crappy championship cards. But.
It's irrelevant. Here or there.
Yeah, it's note to Bandai. Don't do just set 11. Make it set 10 and 11. I want to have more options for cards.
So someone just pointed this out. With the 3-star ball, the new Shenron ball, the character name says 3-star ball. So I don't know if that's just an error right now, if the character name is 3-star ball, where on Haze Shenron, the ball, it says the character name as Haze Shenron.
Well, yeah, even on the 7-star ball, it says the same thing. It says 7-star ball.
Yeah. So I wonder why they changed it.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm sure the dragons are going to have their character name.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just something that they realized after they printed the first two. They were like, wait a second.
Oh, I think I know why. So maybe they don't want you to play out the 1-star balls from your tap 6 effect. No, that wouldn't matter.
That doesn't target character names.
Yeah, that wouldn't matter. I'm dumb. Never mind. Huh. Who knows?
Yeah, so that's interesting. Something to think about.
Yeah, I'll ask Bandai in our meeting next week. I'll ask them. All right, so in closing, anything you have to add to anything?
No, not really. I hope that in the upcoming week, until our next video podcasting, we get some really awesome cards, because we still haven't seen any blue.
No.
And I think blue could be pretty relevant with all the stuff we got in the last set. I think everything in the set 10 was too focused around trunks that it didn't really incorporate blue as a general color.
I'm really mad that Super Saiyan Vegito cannot be used in Vegito. I don't. That card had so much potential to be so good, and then they just made it Trunks. I'm like, you guys just ruined this card. Like, it's so bad. No one wants to play that Trunks leader. It's garbage. I'm interested to see what the second blue leader is going to be, because we got we're getting 2 of every color, and we've only seen 1, which is baby, obviously. So I'm interested to see what the second one's gonna be. I don't know.
I mean, we don't even know what baby does.
Probably something with Servant and Overlord, I'm gonna guess.
I hope not. I hope that's limited to yellow. Maybe red. I guess red too.
And green.
Alright, it's probably gonna
be yeah, it's gonna be in blue. It's got to deal with it, man. Everyone's gonna be playing Servant stuff.
Fine. Just play the Kid Coup, shut it all off.
It's gonna be the tournament of simps. Everyone's gonna be servants. It's gonna be great. Can't wait. Yeah, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think of these cards. Let us know what topic you guys like to cover and maybe the next video outside of these. If you guys have anything, we have still have a ton of topics to talk about. So since we only do this once a week, I have lots of things to still fill out the dead air when there's not card announcements and everything else. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.